Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to today's airsofting video. So, I do have another quick review for you guys today. This was actually on a product that I got a little bit ago, I would say last summer. Now, I've never had a chance to fully review it yet, but today is the day that I just saw it and I'm like, do a quick video on it. So, that's actually going to be about this little guy here. So this is going to be the review of the Matrix 60 round 40 millimeter grenade launcher shell. So I'll get into this a little bit more, but that's going to be the game plan for this review, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Now, given this is kind of small, here's kind of a bird's eye view of exactly what the shell is going to look like. So with the shell, again, it's very well crafted, and I do like the two-tone color scheme that they have going on with this. They have the red tip and the silver-looking body. I don't know if it's like brass or what kind of metal it is exactly, but nonetheless, it's metal. Again, metal construction on airsoft guns or airsoft-related materials or products is always a plus. I'm a huge fan of anything that's metal just because it just offers more realism in my opinion. Now, with the shell, it is going to hold a total of 60 rounds. So we're talking spray like no other. Now, with this particular shell, this can fit into any grenade launcher that supports 40 millimeter projectiles. So as long as your grenade launcher attachment or actual grenade launcher fits that sizing, you'll be okay with this, which I think that's fairly universal. I don't think there's really anything else bigger or smaller than 40 millimeters. But for those of you that may have the question, it's again easy to work with and easy to use. Now, this is convenient because you can use regular green gas or propane. So I have yet to see anything that's CO2 powered for grenade launcher shells, but I can't really see why that would be necessary. These things typically don't have a whole lot of FPS or range to begin with, so it wouldn't really make sense to have a high pressure gas. Green gas definitely does a job. As expected, it is just one shot. So you charge this thing up like you would any gas magazine, and basically what happens is your grenade launcher is going to hit that firing pin, and you can see it's very the spring definitely is very, very tough in there. It definitely does require quite some trigger pull in order to get this thing going, and especially when the gas is filled up, it puts more pressure on there because the gas is having the valve basically pushed closed until you press this hard enough to where the gas expands and fires the BBs. So super solid construction, and again, just the overall end piece of this shell. I like that it's kind of like a brushed metal. It looks very good. The quality on this is very awesome. And then again, the tip is on the front there to fill with green gas. In my personal opinion, I feel like this is a safety issue because if you're, I don't know why the hell you would decide to look at this thing and fill it, but if for some reason this thing were to go off in your face, no pun intended, again, it just happened to roll into the sentence like that. It may not be the greatest news. You may get a plume of gas in your face, or if you've already loaded this and then you fill it, it might be even worse. So just some caution there when you are filling these things. They definitely can be a little bit sketchy. So again, very important there. Just be careful how you fill it. So with the grenade launcher that I have, it's going to be the M79. So I bought the shell initially for this airsoft gun. Now, this thing, again, it doesn't have, there isn't any inner barrel. It just shoots and sprays basically everywhere. Again, the whole point of this thing. It's very speed loader friendly. Whether you have the Jamrod or you have the push button speed loaders, again, either way, it's going to be the best. I'd probably advise the push button speed loaders because again, you'll fill this thing up and you'll be quick. Now, if you have the 6-shot grenade launcher, again, you're going to have to buy 6 of these things. So that's when it gets a little costly. I know that the 6-shot grenade launcher is usually around the $150 range. I think the initial 6 shells, which are excluded from the gun, are going to probably rack up another 100 $20 to $150 bill. So just kind of some advice there. If you do buy an airsoft gun that is a grenade launcher like this or the revolver style, you are going to have to buy the shells. They do not come included. However, e-bike does have packages that they offer where you can buy the gun and shells included. Obviously, the price is just going to be a lot higher. Just have to make sure of that. So, again, this thing is great. I guess my one drawback in when I'm using this within the M79 is that the lip on the edge here, it doesn't really sit well on the M79. So you can see the lip that protrudes outward. This is going to be the thing that actually pulls on the back end of the shell to pull it out. But, and I don't know if maybe it's just the M79 design or if I need to buy a whole different shell for this particular grenade launcher. If for some reason your shell jumps over that lip, now it won't come out. And you kind of have this situation, which is annoying. I have found myself in this situation, and it's just terrible to be in when you're trying to reload. You basically need to grab the shell by whatever edges are exposed that you can grab by and lift it over the lip to take it out. Very annoying. Same goes when you're trying to load it. So if you load it and, again, you push it too far in, it's not going to close. So right now it's sitting on the lip. It'll close, but let's say, for example, you open it a little too fast and it falls in. Now that protruding piece has nowhere to go because the back end of the shell is keeping it from going in. And again, if you mistakenly don't notice this while you're in an airsoft game, you might try to push this thing back as hard as you can and end up breaking something. Some flaws there, but I guess that could be more so on the gun's end rather than the shell. But something to consider if you are trying to get this particular shell for your M79. I would maybe explore other options because this one is not super friendly. It works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It works just as it's intended to. But there are some issues when it comes to reloading and putting in the shell. So just something there. So initially, to wrap up the review, again, it's nothing crazy. There's not really a whole lot that I can really talk about. If we're talking spray, it's quite minimal. It's probably at best like 20-30 feet. It's really not that exciting in terms of range, but again, it's not supposed to be long range anyway because there is no inner barrel. The really cool thing is when you do have a grenade launcher is you get the epic plume of smoke coming out after each shot, especially badass when it comes to having a 6-shot. That's when it's just truly amazing. But in this case, I have the M79, it's a single shot, but it's still very exciting. I will actually leave a link for the review of this gun and a shooting demonstration in the video so you can get a chance to check it out in action. But that's everything I had for you guys today. Thank you again for watching, and let me know if you have any questions regarding the Matrix grenade launcher shell, and I'll be happily available to answer that for you. Thanks again for watching.